Welcome, everyone, to San Antonio by Night Aftermath. We're starting a little late today, I apologize. But we're here to follow the story of the Iconoclasts. The last we left off with these coterie, Maria had suffered a grievous and devastating torpid wounds, and Noel, with the help of Bryan standing outside as cover, more or less, was able to collect her from the host. Benji Cortez had taken her, possibly by her own admission, that she was not feeling it safe amongst Jameson's domain, and his thoughts were to take her from that, possibly. And without much effort, really, Noel was able to collect her and bring her back to Jameson's domain, their little haven in Gardendale. So let's collect the thoughts of our kindred on what happened. Bryan, why don't you give us your thoughts on the events so far?
It's been one shit show after another. Maria feeling uncomfortable gave Benji no right to take her. That's 1 month. Needs to be moved.
Your Discord's derping real bad.
Benji Cortez is gonna be one monster that Bryan wants removed from this court, this field. What was done to Maria had no cause, regardless of whatever emotion. It won't be tonight, but it's coming.
Well, we shall see what happens with that. Maria.
Well, right now, I just ended up having myself completely physically destroyed by Benji. And even that, I'm so goddamn crippled. I'm there currently resting underneath the floorboards of my room, in amongst my own grave. I'm healing up enough, but I need to keep pushing it. I need to get back on my feet more than anything. But I gotta do something. Carnage might be dead, I don't know. For me to find out that there's only one man in this entire city that knows, that means I'm getting in touch with Benji. But he's gonna stay full arm's distance away from me, I can almost guarantee you that. The rest of the coterie might be able to do something about that, but that's because they're currently looking for this war baron. What's more upsetting, I think, is that Carnage is gone. I have no idea on how to even start to look for him. The one person I could have ended up going to, the one that at least tried to end up helping, gone. What am I left with? Benji thought dropping me off in Sanctuary would make it all right. I did not even come close. He knew full well that he was going to end up beating me like a whipped dog. That's what it meant. Because he can't stand to look at me. He sees me, he sees another version of Condit. I gotta talk to Adam. He needs to know. He needs to know exactly what it means. I'm not sure if it'll inspire any degree of loyalty, but at the very least, grasp straws. Worse still, blood bond that's now between me and Noel. And just imagine Noel, reading his book, sitting there picking his nose. Just kind of puts a smile on my face, and I know that's blood talk. One taste. And Bryan, trying to look over me like a big brother, that also is blood bond talking, in my admiration for that. It's my bond to him and his to mine. Even though it's one taste, you already know. Mine's worse, I know that. I want to make it locks in. I'm not sure where to go from here. So I gotta get back to what I'm supposed to be doing. Curing the neighborhood. I'm gonna make it so that Benji doesn't want to come within 20 miles of this place. I know Kindred will ever do that to me again, and when I say this is a place for me and you do what's being demanded of you, you don't want to end up crossing that line. It means I might have to cross the line.
Well, there's been quite a number of lines crossed in regards to Baron Velda von Dzvenkgau's domain and this little coterie of iconoclasts. But then there's Noel, who was able to successfully collect Maria from the host.
More like put Benji in his place.
Potato, potato.
I don't think so. Quite frankly, Mr. Cortez overstepped a mark. And I take no pride in having to enforce that fact. Especially since I had the desire of working together with the host in order to deal with the larger problem. On the contrary, however, Em and Amber seem like wonderful ladies, and I'd very much like to work with them in the future. And, well, as for Baron von Dzvenkgau's Altenberg, well, how that's going to go will be very much dependent on how this meeting goes. But I think she should be acquiescent enough, given the current situation. You know, having both of the barony's best interests at heart, not wishing to start any kind of hostilities or war, because that's exactly what the kinds of things that Benji's actions starts wars. can't afford that.
And according to a phone call first thing this evening, Amber Dupree has been able to lock in a meeting with the Baron first thing.
Wonderful.
And then there's Rei, who will be rejoining her coterie after spending some time away doing a little bit of perhaps soul searching.
Been doing a lot of chatting with, what's her name? Melody? Yeah, Melody. Been interesting talking to some of the other gangrel around the city. Gives me a bit of time to center and refocus myself after dealing with everything that we've been dealing with. Bit of a breather, you know. It'll be nice to get back to the coterie, though. Might have some interesting answers. No, nothing really solid, but things that'll point us in the right direction, I think.
Well, I suppose we'll have to find out. For now, the four of you have collected yourselves at the coterie house, where you're able to catch up at this moment.
I'm guessing that means rouse checks.
Yes, I would like rouse checks from everyone. Did yours actually accidentally press twice? Okay, we'll go with the first result. It's fine.
It's still a gain either way.
Yeah. But seems like everyone is hungrier this evening.
I'm not.
Except for maybe Noel, who's
And
not
I'm
nearly
thankful
as
for that.
not
I'm
nearly as
really
hungry.
thankful for that right now.
But the rest of you feel like the fuel on which you run is running a little low. So Maria is in her room, potentially going to recover at some point tonight. But Rei, you come to the usual scene where Noel has his door open and is looking like he's going to get ready for something going on tonight. He's busy.
Something formal.
Something a little more formal, yes. Oh, who did we lose?
We lost a mojo.
We lost the
Mojo.
Mojo. Mojo will be back.
Okay. But Rei.
His didn't roll.
Oh, did his not roll?
Yeah, his didn't roll.
Okay. It didn't roll. Alright, But yes, Rei, you come across the wonderful bit of Noel.
What you dressing up all fancy for, boy?
Wow, all of the implications of that statement. I'm heading for Elysium.
Why? Alright. Why the bloody hell are you heading for Elysium?
Because I have a meeting tonight with a Baron.
I feel like I'm missing a lot of information here.
Oh, quite. But I figured we're looking for a certain Mr. Urian Doyle, yeah?
Yeah.
So I decided that the first place to get any real information would be his former coterie, the host.
I mean, yeah, that's why I was talking to Benji.
Yeah, Benji decided to stick his foot in his mouth and shit all over our backyard.
What? Come again with that?
He came here last night. To see what we were doing, and we made a little deal, him and I. He would give me information, all the information he had on Urian, and in return, he wanted to know about Carnage.
Oh.
I gave him the information, but Maria, being the wonderful host that she is, decided, Benji, if you would like to talk to Carnage, I know where Carnage is. I will take you to see him.
What? You
And
didn't leave those two alone, did you?
I was away. Maria was content on going off on her own.
No.
But let me finish.
Who was anybody here with her?
When she left, it was when she left, Bryan and I were leaving.
So you and Bryan left Maria alone with Benji Cortez. Are you guys fucking stupid?
Rei, Maria wanted to do that. She didn't do anything that she didn't want to do. She wanted to take Benji to Carnage. Now, of course.
But nobody went with her.
Look, last time I saw Carnage, he wanted to tear me in half, and I had other things going on.
Okay, let me lay this out for you. You remember when we picked Bryan up? That first night we picked him up?
Yes, I'm aware.
And how that conversation went down between Benji and Maria? And how Benji was on the verge of ripping Maria a new asshole?
Well, I will tell you, he wasn't when we left.
No. But hair trigger temper, mate. Hair trigger. He's a...
Yes. Noel turns. Yes, I am well aware of Clan Brewhard's hair trigger temper. Because, of course, sire and child got into a fight, and Maria, being the family girl, most likely tried to stop it and got stuck in that as the filling in a raging Brewhard sandwich. Yeah. I'm aware. Because Benji took her back to Sanctuary to be judged, and myself and Bryan went and got her.
He what?
Yeah.
Say that again for me. Slow it down, Noel.
He took her out of this domain and back to Sanctuary.
Where is she now?
She's here. Allow me to finish the story and you'll know why. Maria, I'm going to be completely candid with you. She was a mess. Quite frankly, she still is. But I so happened to be talking with Amber Dupree at the memorial at this time, and, well, I ended up going with Amber to the house where she was, and I confronted Benji about it. I called him out on his actions. And, well, let's just say that the other members of the host were willing to back me up on my statements. And as such, I took Maria, and I brought her back.
So what's he getting on the end of this?
That's something I'm going to be dealing with tonight when I go to speak with Baron von Dzvenkgau zu Altenberg. Although, there's also the matter of Carnage.
What about him?
MIA. Although with what Maria's told me, while she was hazing in and out of consciousness, she told me that Carnage was in the car with them. At one point, she blacked out, she came back to, Benji was in the car,
And
Carnage was not.
Carnage was gone.
And, well, whilst I don't want to make any assumptions, because Carnage is a beast tougher than any one of us could give him credit for.
Everything has its weaknesses, Dong. Even Carnage.
Exactly.
Which is one thing I was banking on with dealing with him.
Exactly, but I think now I'm really, really hoping that Benji didn't do what I think he's done.
And what do you think he's done, Noel?
There is the distinct possibility that Benji may have diablerized Carnage.
What's that?
The consumption of another kindred essence. Taboo of the highest order.
Right. So he ate him. That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, that's where my mind is.
Fuck. Do you know
Silverline.
if Benji's going to be at Elysium tonight?
I don't know if he's going to be there.
I'm coming with you. I'm assuming Maria is safe.
Yes, she is here in the coterie house. She's actually in her room right now. She's a mess, but I could take you to talk to her if you'd like.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd say to her. But yeah. And I'm coming with you.
As you wish. But I have a plan here. So, unless you really feel the need to interject, please let me do the talking. I have a plan here.
Well, then how about you tell me what your plan is? How about you tell me what it is?
My plan is that I'm going...
You know, communication's kind of important, Noel.
My plan is to get Baron von Dzvenkgau zu Altenberg on side against the hunter we still have running around. You know, the one loaded for bear with kindred killing weaponry? Yeah, that guy. And whoever else he might have recruited.
Right, that one.
Because
Yep.
Because it means that
Well, we had a name for him, remember?
Harrison.
Mm.
But it's simple, right? We get Baron von Dzvenkgau Altenberg on side. We get her talking with Baron Jameson, and once we're a united front, we can go and approach Baron Batista with the idea of becoming a united front against this. Because Benji, whilst he wanted to keep espousing that, oh, it's our fault that they're here in the first place, and yada yada yada. It doesn't matter who brought them here now. What the matter is that they're here, and they're not going to stop until every last one of us, or every one of us that they can find, is left to the sun or a pile of ash.
Why does he think it's our fault that they're here?
Most likely because he heard about Faust's relationship with Agent Moore. And most likely
but
my relationship with dearly departed Miss O'Leary.
that's two people. And if there are two people with relations, there are generally more. So the likelihood that it's just you and Faust that are the problem is pretty damn slim.
Exactly. But even with
Benji doesn't have a leg to stand on.
I'm well aware. Socially, I swept his legs out from under him several times last night, and he wasn't enjoying that very much. He said
They're
that
not
he
hard
wanted.
to do with them.
Well, look, I had Bryan with me, just in case Benji did decide that he wanted to go, because. And well, Benji decided that you're pissing me off, so I'm gonna go outside. And I told him that that was a bad idea because the man waiting for him outside most likely wouldn't be as civil as I was.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway, do you you want to show me where Maria is?
yeah. After that, get dressed in your Sunday best. Aiming to make an impression.
I'm already wearing it.
Noel kind of looks her up
Mate,
and down.
Bunny boy, I dress for my Sunday best every day.
Noel just looks her up and down. If we're going to be working with a Toreador Baron, we need to take you shopping. And he simply exits. And waves her along
Ray will follow.
to head to Maria's room. And Noel will knock, politely.
Maria, you hear a knock on your door.
Maria is still in the dirt, under the floorboards, just under the bed. Hiding spot, really. It's a place for her to rest. So when she hears the knocking, it's fairly faint. It takes her a moment before she answers, beckoning them inside. Though they may enter to see nothing but an empty room.
Where is she?
She's in a hiding spot. I don't know exactly where, but she is in here. She is in here. You awake, Maria?
Yes, unfortunately. It's good to hear your voice.
How you doing?
Waiting to reattach my arms.
How bad's the damage?
You really want to know?
Yeah, I do.
There's a sliding movement of boards before you see was taloned hand, probably the size of Noel, reach out from under the bed, though its fingers and bones are somewhat reconstituted. They're just holding together with the slightest of ligaments. The rest of the skin, flesh has already been lost, ashed. And as she starts to crawl her way, you can see it's that, the form. It's something that's quick by default, but her arms are built. They're made out of leg bone, gorilla fingernails made of ribs. It's not until she pulls herself out, her upper body, while thin and withered and probably missing a few internal organs, not to mention a couple lungs and maybe liver. Her face, which is broken, the orbital bone somewhere up her nose at this point. She is missing teeth. It's clear that her jaw is just barely healed. And she starts to crawl her way out from under it, groans.
Did Benji do that to you?
Figure Noel and Rei told you. She grabs hold of the chair, tries to hoist herself up before she kind of flops into it, more like a dried sack of potatoes.
Yeah, I want to hear it from your mouth, though. He do that to you?
Yeah. Him and Carnage will go and have pretty hard. Stop.
Carnage put his two into that too?
She turns her head to the side.
Yeah.
All she needs to say.
I heard Carnage is missing.
Yeah. That's about the sum of it.
Do you want to find him?
I think none of you would let me, even if I did. Not a coterie priority. Don't you worry.
Neither to my
Ray,
priority.
Who else am I going to ask 1,000,001 dumb questions to? Who might actually have an answer to?
I'll see if I can find out what happened to him.
Gotta try and find some way to feed.
That's about when you hear a knock on the door on the outside.
Outside Maria's door or outside, like, the Haven door?
Just outside the Haven, the front door.
I have to apologize for asking one of you two to get it. Much as that pain I am not condition.
I've got it.
No.
Ray'll head downstairs. Oh, out to the front door.
And when you arrive at the front door and open it up, you see a small figure. Blue hair, freckles. Dressed casually.
Who are you?
Hi, my name is Jude. So, hi, this is very, out of nowhere, but I was wondering if you have some time for a quick conversation. I guess not.
She closes the door on you and leaves.
Dunk.
Sorry, my Discord's
It's okay.
amped up.
Wait, it was just perfect timing.
Bryan coming out.
I heard, "Hi, my name is Jude," and that was it.
Yep. And Brian's coming out as well. Coffee.
Door slammed.
Okay. Yeah, Brian's coming out of his room, coming down from upstairs, having heard the door knock.
Jude,
Yeah, hi. Hello.
what can I do for you, Jude?
This is gonna be very out of nowhere, but I believe this is the residence of the Iconoclast. Does that sound right?
Right. Yeah.
Excellent. Great. I have a couple questions. If I could actually follow up on some information with you, that would be wonderful. Um, in regards to that, what I can offer in exchange is also information. How about we make a little assortment here? Tit for tat?
Right.
Who's this?
You want. They reckon their name is Jude. And they're looking for the Iconoclasts.
Y'all just gonna stand there in the door the whole time, or you gonna invite her in?
I don't know. Can they invite themselves in?
Well, you're in the doorway. I didn't realize I was allowed in. Sorry.
Rei kind of just steps to the side.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. So, I guess I should formally introduce myself. Hello. Yes. Hi, my name is Jude. And Jude just points to Bryan as well. Nice to meet you. I am native of San Antonio. Since it's clear I have the right place then. I'm coming from Sanctuary, kind of a weird situation, but really I'm more like here on my own independent terms. I'm looking for some information about a particular individual. To my understanding, there is someone by the name of the Madame that you might have encountered at one point.
What about her?
Well, supposedly she seems to be missing. And I was just informed that I could follow up on some details about status of any sort of investigation from you folk by a mutual friend.
A mutual friend.
Yes.
Pardon my manner.
If they're a
I'm
friend.
And who are you looking for?
The Madame of Club CC, what was the club's name again?
Temptations Lounge.
Of Temptations Lounge? I'm aware that you've made some, I guess, some visitations there. Yay, nay?
Bryan looks at you completely dumbfounded and clueless.
Right. Maybe I have the wrong place.
No, you got the right place. I'm just trying to figure out. So she's gone missing, right?
Yes. Yeah. I've been trying to follow up on some details to see if I could get sort of a trail. If you have any information, maybe we could work something out. I can pass you some money, or...
First of all, I want to know who this mutual friend is that pointed you in our direction. Then maybe we can talk.
Okay. Sure.
You'll have to forgive me. I'm a little wary. We've had a few issues in the past with people showing up.
Right. Okay. How does the name Violet ring a bell?
Yeah.
mutual friends.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Hey, Noel!
Yeah, and
You might want to come out here.
one moment, Maria. I'll be right back. And he'd pop out. Yeah, what's up?
And
This is Jude.
Jude, huh?
Yes. Hello. Hi. And you just see this like itty bitty petite figure standing next to the two giants that is Rei and Bryan.
Jude was referred to us by Violet concerning the madame who has apparently gone missing.
Oh, is that so? Well, if that's who I think it is, Jude should probably come in because, well, I think there's gonna be a sad song and it ain't gonna be made better.
I think Jude has already come in.
Yes, I am. For certain reasons, that's all right. I'll just be comfortably next to the door and just.
Are you afraid, Jude?
I mean,
Brian will walk over to the couch and sit down.
not necessarily afraid, but just reasonably wary, considering I'm what feels like in a dragon's den at the moment.
Noel can't help but raise a hand to his mouth. Rei, you would probably get the barest peak of a grin there before he straightens himself back up. Right, well, you have no need to be afraid. If you were referred to by Violet, we're not going to kill you, at the very least.
Oh, good. That's good.
But I don't have good news for you. Last
Alright.
report puts her as dead.
Oh. Dead.
Told you, sad song that I'm not gonna make better, Jude.
Yeah, no. I was just more concerned. Dead by what means? Mortal means? People mean?
No clue. Just dead.
Just dead.
Yep, and assuming thin blood, well, it could have very well been mortal means.
Oh.
Jude, that's the first time that you've heard her referred to as a thin blood. You didn't know that she had been turned.
Huh. Well, that is disconcerting. Shucks. Well, thin blood.
Yep. If she's still with us, I have no idea, but all signs point to no. Also, I think Specs may have derped.
There's been a lot of derping this time.
Yeah. Discord,
Yeah,
why?
there's a lot of issues.
Discord, why you be
Oh,
like
no.
this? Oh,
It's alright.
no. Oh no.
Specs will be back in a second. There we go.
Haha.
Hey. We have to. Gotta love it, right? Gotta love it.
Technical difficulties.
Well, hey,
You
it's
just-
the wonders of an actual play.
You just see
Yes.
Jude just like dissociate for half a second, with just this weird smile on their face. Right. You know, I guess I'm gonna have to actually just take this back to M. This is gonna be troublesome. Well, that said, thank you for the information. It's really the vast majority that I have. Oh, wait. Out of curiosity, do you have any sort of further insight on that?
On
The issue with Madame, if anything.
well, we've actually spoken to Violet on the matter, and Violet doesn't seem to know anything. In fact, she hadn't spoken with Madame for a couple of months.
That's what she told me. And that's why she sent me to all of you.
Yes. Question for you though.
Shoot.
Why are you so interested in finding Madame?
Well, coincidentally, I kind of owe Miss Ava a couple favors. By a couple, I just mean one. But it
You
feels
owe
like
Ava.
feels like a series of tasks that I can say a couple favors. At the very least, this much.
And you're in deference back to M.
Yeah, but she's fun.
Yes, I've had the pleasure of meeting her. She is, although under unpleasant circumstances, she's nice.
Nice is a good way to put it.
Now, I am seeing here the very bare minimums of something that concerns me.
Concerns you.
Yes.
Because
I'm guessing M referred you to Violet, yes?
Yes. I mean, it seems to all be pretty connected. Small city.
Alright then. 1 second. Rei.
What?
So, as far as Jude says, M referred Jude to Violet, who then referred him to us over this. Over Madame, who, as we know, is most likely dead.
Yeah.
And apparently the reason for that is because Jude here owes Ava a couple of favors.
Huh.
And so, my thought is that there's something more going on here.
Wasn't our suspicion about about Madame going missing, didn't that have to do with the shit that we were dealing with before?
Yep.
Shit that... I'm sorry. What shit? Did I just step into something, like, huge, or...
There's a lot of things that have been going down. There was a bit of a breach happened. We took care of it. But I think It's a bit bigger than just what we dealt with. And there's a possibility that your madame was wrapped up in that as well.
Define bigger.
Well, what was it? They were coming from where, Noel? Where are these guys from? Dallas?
Well, mixture. Dallas, Houston, surrounding cities. Allow me to put it to you in simple terms, though, Jude. Bigger? Yeah. Like it could burn this entire city to the ground big. If left unchecked.
Huh. That big, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Potentially, yeah. So we've been looking into that sort of crap, keeping an eye on it, you know. It's interesting you've been sent in our direction.
It's interesting that I find myself in this little puddle. I mean, I thought it was a puddle, but now it's a sea.
Welcome to the shithole.
Hope you enjoy Mariana's Trench.
Oh.
So what have you got so far, then?
Well, I know where the madame typically tends to work. I have a reference for some of the places that she has been, places that she usually is typically seen, things like that. But as far as like where she slept or anything like that, I don't have those details. When it gets down to it, oh God. You know, I don't think I have as much as you guys. At all.
That's likely.
To
To be fair, we've had a whole group of us working on it. You're one person.
It's... You know, funny thing is that it seems to be affecting quite a bit of the city now. It reaches
Yeah,
all
I
the
thought
way
it would.
Hell. I think I just got sent on a wild goose chase. Or a sabotage mission. One of the two. Not sabotage for anyone else. Just me. Sabotage me.
What, have you got a bit of a reputation?
I'm new. I don't really have any place to go.
How new?
3 months.
You're a baby.
Quite new.
I know how to take care of myself. That's going for me.
Yeah. Made yourself any enemies yet?
None that I know of. Almost did. But currently I'm trying to sort things out with that.
Sort things out with what?
Miss Ava. She kind of caught me prowling around her scene. Not necessarily prowling, I wasn't intending to hunt, I was just checking it out, an old place I used to actually go around. Yeah.
I think I know why you were sent to us.
Right? One step inside.
Wonderful.
Funny.
Are you guys like the dump pile of the city? Is out of the kindred population, or is that what's going on? have I just
to
been...
the show where they send everybody they don't want to deal with.
Oh. Thank God, I thought I was going to be executed. Okay.
I mean, that could be organised.
I'd prefer not.
Easily. All right then. Well, if we are going to be stuck with you, then Jude, then I think you should start by telling us, giving a formal introduction, name and clan, if you know it.
Sure. Jude Walker. I don't actually know my clan.
Oh, we got another one.
Well,
but I do know what I
right.
can do. I do know what I can do. I can do some weird things with people's minds. I can tell them what to do.
All right.
And I can make them forget things.
Okay.
And I can hit things really hard. I always had like some... I can fight a little bit, but now I hit things really, really hard.
All right.
And I have a little more, I guess, durability than I'm used to
You
before.
can take it here.
Yes, but I'm not sure if that's just a vampire thing in general, or if it's more specifically a thing
Nah.
I have.
That sounds like a trait of the blood.
Yeah.
A door creaking open might interrupt
Yes.
the conversation.
Bryan will,
And Noel. Go ahead, Major.
Bryan will get up and walk upstairs. Maria?
Rei also kind of just moves to impose herself between the new person and the creaking door.
Yeah, Bryan, that's me.
You
Heard the new bumpkin, and I was worried that it might be human still.
You want to come downstairs to meet her?
I can do it on my own, thank you. And it's at this point, coming out of the room, coming into the the kitchen, the dinner table, right near the front door. Jude would be greeted with what looks to be like the remains of redheaded, whose arms appear to be distended, stretched out, and formulated from all manners of various sizes of bone with sinew that barely holds it together. Her waistline is probably a grand total of 10 inches in diameter, as most of the internal organs and what have you are already. And most of the clothes are not much more than tatters at this point.
Oh. Christ alive.
Not quite.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Nah, don't be so hesitant, Miss Walker. You're welcome into my abode, and I think I overheard something about stepping into the dragon's den.
Right.
Figure you might want to meet the dragon at that point.
Dragon. Wow. Nice to meet you. My name is Jude.
Oh, I am warmed and humbled that you end up maintaining an air of grace to yourself when you step forward. I do have to apologize for not looking best at this time. She extends that hand, and this hand is literally the entire size of your torso. It looks like
Jude,
the nails might be made out of ribs.
Jude stares for a second and is just like, just very slowly takes a singular massive tree trunk finger and very uncertainly. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure's mine, sweetheart. Please do take a seat. Her other hand just kind of reaches completely across the table and tries to slowly push one over. You can see she pain does so.
Right. Bryan will walk around the table, and as you see Bryan come in behind Maria, you see a very large, well over 6 foot tall, very muscular, very pretty man, very lithe on his feet, walk over and pull the chair out, and then continue walking around the table to find a chair for himself.
So it looks like you got dumped on us.
Dumped is an interesting way to put it. Jude will just very politely sit down and kind of like keeps themselves in their body language very closed, very secure, but at the same time, like basically at the edge of their seat in case they need to dip.
Still very wary and unsure of yourself. I apologize. I don't remember if I introduced myself. I'm Whip.
Whip! I can only assume what the connotations means. You just... I guess you must hit hard? Is that what I'm understanding? Nice to meet you.
He'll shake your hand and he just grins real wide. Leaves it at that.
Excellent.
Rei makes her way over and she sits herself up on the table beside Jude. Says, I'm Rei. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And Jude puts out a hand but isn't sure what method Rei is going to use in order to do her introduction.
She takes his hand, gives it a squeeze.
And it is a solid handshake, much like your own.
Oof. Oof. Good grip. Good grip.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. And yourself, sir? Jude looks over to Noel.
Who's dressed rather nicely, actually.
And Noel would simply look back, raising a brow at Jude.
Hi.
Don't
No,
be rude now. Give yourself a proper
Oh, right.
introduction.
Oh, right. Proper introductions. Apologies, I was kind of off in my own head there a little bit. Got that meeting and everything.
He does that from time to time. Sometimes I think you need to end up putting a rip cable in the back of his head just to end up getting his brain started.
Yeah, but sometimes you can't get him to shut up either.
That's what
Yes.
you're here for, Rei.
Yes,
Right,
yes, you're both very
exactly.
funny. No.
No. Nice to meet you.
And I go by Maria Higgs. At least right now.
Maria. It's, quite the assortment, you all.
Well, you got something in common with the rest of us, so wouldn't be too nervous. It's right, not right now.
I guess so at this point. Um. Heck. Well, it's a shame. I suppose, thank you very much for the information. I think it's only fair that I actually offer a service of mine in return. I can give you money. I have a little spare change that I can offer. I also have a. I could probably get you blood if you need it. Be a little wary about it, but
That might do quite well. Well, it's not exactly good hunting here, and we're very. I try and end up being sure that we don't end up eating neighbors completely. Take what you will, but their well-being is very much my purview.
yeah, I imagine things could be a little difficult at the moment. And Jude is just like staring at what appears to be a giant hole in the middle of Maria.
I wish I could end up making myself more right, but I don't.
I think we lost them.
I think we did. CoffeeCat's here, that's important. That part's important.
Technical difficulties. I may just turn off all of the webcams because I have to rearrange them every goddamn time. So.
Yeah, I think that might be the best. I think I'm the only one that doesn't shift.
Nope.
Um,
Well, you and
Welcome back.
Fidelity don't shift.
Welcome back again.
Holy fuck! What is
And it
that?
lives and dies and lives and dies.
Yeah.
Like vampire.
We're gonna deal without the webcams for tonight because Discord is hating us. But Noel, you do know that if you don't head over to Elysium soon, you might miss your opportunity to speak with Baron von Dzvenkgau zu Altenberg.
Yeah, no, Nola's going to turn to Rei. So, you wanted to come with me? We gotta go.
Yeah.
That's good. Me and Bryan can break in the new blood.
Sounds fun.
Don't traumatize the boy too much. Boy, girl. You are very confusing. Don't
You have-
traumatize them too much.
I think that's kind of rude, Noel.
And it's part of the product.
I'm just gonna go they. That way I don't have to worry about a thing. Is that good with you, Jude?
Perfect. Yes.
Cool.
Right.
So, let's go. And Noel's gonna head out to his car.
Have fun, short stuff. And Ray actually pats Jude on the head as she leaves.
Jude just blinks for a second and then looks at Ray's back as she leaves and is just like, oh. And touches their own head like, that was very friendly.
Don't mind her. She's rough around the edges, but heart's in the right place.
I argue I've met some individuals with rougher edges.
Oh,
This
don't
is
think
what-
she... Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, this is one individual. Sanctuary. He's just red and black hair, just angry all the time.
We've met.
Oh. My condolences.
Now, if I understand this, you don't know what clan you hail from. So,
Not
for all,
entirely.
so right now, for all intents and purposes, you're Caden.
Cative.
Welcome to the club.
Bryan has a better understanding of it. You'd be one of his. At least for all intents and purposes.
What does it mean? Jude looks to Bryan.
What Bryan will understand of it, he will explain. You're not a thin blood. You are a vampire, but something in your race didn't take right. You're not of any clan. Essentially, you are clanless. It varies from kindred to kindred how it manifests itself. As far as Caitiff go, much like me, you'll want to talk to Noel when he returns. He seems to have a bit more information about that than I do.
I see.
I've been dealing with this a touch longer than you have. Not a whole lot.
Is my appearance unnerving you right now? It seems distracted.
I'm.
Oh, Maria, would you prefer to go back?
No, I gotta go hunting. If I'm gonna stop fixing this, I gotta get going.
Before
And
before you leave, Bryan will ask, do you have a particular locksmith you prefer to deal with?
not particularly. Matter of fact, I think I got most of the tools downstairs I'm gonna need. But right now, I need to, well, put my face on. Like a bit of.
Darling, we don't have your keys. That's the only reason I ask.
I've been working on trucks for a long time now, Bryan.
I'm
Go.
sure I could hotwire it, but
We'll find out.
I'd rather
Let
not.
me let's focus on one thing at a time before I start looking at forgetting that this is a caitiff sitting in front of me and not much. No offense.
None taken. No offense that I prefer to help if I can. It's probably not the best thing.
You're offering blood, right? You're being hospitable. My concern is right now, if I get so much of a taste of it, I might lose myself in it. And I'd rather not end up costing you an individual who at least has a passing affinity with. Not on first meet, at the very least. Your kindness has been recognized, and I hope to indulge in that same kindness in turn. But at the very least, I know how to hunt in this domain and typically not remove somebody who's going to be missed. You'll learn in time. If you two want to assist, that's would be remarkable. But I can understand if you would like to chat it up with one of your own and at least get somebody who's just as new to here as you, get a better understanding what's going on. I'll be back shortly, probably within the hour. Gives Noel a chance to end up getting to his Elysium date with Rei. I'll be a lot prettier by the time I'm done. She gets up from it. I will see you very short.
Happy hunt.
Thank you very much. It is appreciated. She kind of lifts up, reaches over the table to kind of rest a hand on his shoulder. Not sure if it's for leverage or just kind of a thank you. Arms are long, so. But when she starts to make her way, she starts to go out the back.
Yeah, because you're the state that you're in, nobody should see that.
No. Try and cover up best I can, but I'm definitely not going too far, and I am not. I'm gonna stay in my own domain, so at
I,
least I know who has it coming.
if I could, again, I can make people forget things.
You and me both.
Oh,
Maria's
Maria
heading out, so if you two want to end up tagging along, she's giving you the invite to do so, but talk among yourselves.
if you want to help a hunt, we can come on. Or,
I'm just gonna be honest. All this talk about breaches and things being bigger, torrential ocean is making me anxious. So yeah,
or you can come downstairs with me. I got a project I gotta check on. It's your choice.
I
It'll take her a while. She's a bit slow right now, so
if anything happens, let me know and I can see if I can help at least.
I was thinking we could see what you're capable of. You said you're stronger than you were before.
Just a bit. I mean, I'm the guest here, so
That's why I'm leaving the choice up to you. I can check on this when we get done. Do you want to go help Maria?
yes.
All right. Bryan will stand up. Come on. And walk out the back door. Being very quiet and very stealthy. Keeping an eye out for which direction Maria went.
Well, Maria's not going to end up doing anything that is particularly egregious in that regard, but she is gonna hunt, look for anybody that might be out of place in the neighborhood. Hopefully she's not endangering somebody she knows, somebody who might be integral to the neighborhood. But this is not going to be that pretty little method of her hunting. This is going to be a smash and grab.
Down and dirty.
She still has that strength. So
Bryan's going to be keeping an eye out himself because he is a bit hungry.
So, in that case, in the idea of hunting roles, if you want to look for someone specific, that is going to increase the difficulty by 1. Because half of this neighborhood is somebody that you know, and the other half of this neighborhood you don't.
yeah.
Jude has 2 dots in Streetwise, so I would like to assist.
This is
Well,
going
this
to be
is going to be a strength brawl.
strength
So if you have
brawl
a
alley cat style feeding.
I have brawl.
And I
So
need to
that's-
specify this now as well. If Maria looks like she's going to get out of control, then Jude is going to try and pull Maria off of the individual before there's too serious
Well,
damage.
Here's hoping. So I'm going to go with 2 assists then.
Yeah.
Jude has brawl.
That's
Yes, I have 3 dots brawl.
Okay. Then
Okay.
you have an assist.
3 successes. God damn it! We need 5.
You need 6 if you're not gonna find somebody you know. Otherwise, it's a high or low.
Well, I need 6 just to succeed, right?
No, you need 5 just to succeed, and then it's a high or low if this is someone that you potentially know either as an acquaintance or know personally.
I can't willpower it. I can't. Because if I want them to live, I can't use willpower.
Okay, then I will allow a succeed at a cost.
What's the succeed at a cost?
As we were saying before, there's the potential that this is someone you know. If the succeed at a cost is it is someone you know.
But I won't know who until I say yes or no.
Correct.
I'm gonna say yes. I can't. I can't keep operating like this.
Then the person that you are mugging in this alleyway is Lisa's husband.
Well, let's hope.
Saeed.
Damn it. Well, I'm gonna feed. So that's a frenzy check.
Yep.
Any modifiers due to this being Saeed or the fact I have 2 people beside me?
No. Because if they're going to assist you in getting you off, they're going to need to have their full dice pool.
No! No! Derek dice strike again, and I can't take it back.
And Jude, Bryan, you see that as soon as she sinks her teeth into this individual, he looks like a doctor. You see that she starts ripping into flesh.
Bryan will reach out and grab Maria.
Jude follows up, other side.
Okay. Then it's going to be a strength brawl contest. Maria, I need a strength brawl from you. Bryan, I need a strength brawl from you. This will go in order.
I cannot roll to save my life. Maria is completely useless at this point.
Do I add my specialty?
If it's a fighting style, yes.
Oh, no. Can I re-roll that?
You can.
Crit?
You can if you want to. You're already 3 successes over her.
I don't know what that messy crit's going to do, though. That's...
You don't want the messy crit one way or another, so it's just...
Willpower?
You'd willpower 3 dice and hope you don't get a 10.
Or you can just re-roll the 10.
Yep.
I'm trying to, and it won't show me what I need to do.
Okay, willpower. WP reroll has a icon right there. You choose
All
how
right,
many.
I'm just going to re-roll that one.
So
Okay.
you just select 1. There you go. It's a fail.
Okay.
So you only have 2 successes now. But it meets it.
I mean, yeah.
For both of you, it would be a meet it beats because you both are using Brawl, and so this is a stalemate.
And this is where Jude comes in.
So Jude, if you're looking to get Maria off, it is a Strength Brawl, and Maria, it's a Strength Brawl -1.
have another question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I compel Maria?
You can attempt it.
I
Yep.
can attempt it. I'm going to attempt that. I'm going to tell Maria to sit.
Okay.
Okay, that is a resolve plus intelligence
Plus frenzy
and
bonus.
plus 3.
Which is +3.
Wow. Why did I get up today?
Oh no.
Why did I get
Oh,
up today?
jeez.
Like-
It's a manipulation dominate from you, Specs.
Manipulation dominate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Surprisingly enough, Maria's face goes blank. And she does exactly as you told her to. She sits down. But as soon as she
Okay.
does, she comes out of it. Maria, you have a turn. You can spend a willpower to either pull yourself out of the frenzy, or you can make another frenzy check.
I have to go with the guarantee. My dice are gonna fuck me one way or another, right? So I'm gonna spend the willpower to lick the wound, and I gotta save Rashid's life. And I didn't even get any blood out of it. So yeah, I'm gonna spend a willpower to do so, and then I am going to run. Probably spend my next turn just running away,
Okay.
just running, and trying to stay hidden and getting back to it. And yeah, that's all. Because
Bryan will look into his eye
I
and
fucking destroyed Rashid. Fuck.
Dang. Jude is going to look at this individual, and I have no dots in medicine, but I'm still going to try and investigate to see if they're okay. Check.
It's
at the very
obvious.
minimum.
It's obvious that there are bite wounds, but it doesn't look like he's bleeding out.
Oh.
So what do you do?
Bryan's going to look into his eyes and cloud memory.
So far as you can tell, his memory is clouded.
Lick what I can and try to catch up with Maria.
Jude, what do you do?
I am big sad. Okay. We're back. Where did I drop?
Bryan has made sure that he's going after Maria. And it looks like Saeed is not bleeding. But he is wounded. It looks like there was chunks of flesh that have been taken out of him.
Jude is going to go ahead and is going to grab his cell phone out of his pocket, dial 911, and just very quickly express, there is a man down here in this cross section of the street and alleyway. He needs medical attention, stat, and then just close the line.
Okay.
Without even giving the person a name or anything. Quickly wipes the phone with their jacket, throws it on the ground, and basically on top of the guy and looks over to Bryan. We need to catch her.
Brian's already run off.
Oh, he's gone. He just like looks over and he's just already sprinting down the street. Like, oh.
Yeah.
And when you were using your phone just a minute ago, you could tell that it was crackling up on you. And that if you didn't get that line closed soon, you were going to lose it.
Damn it. Okay.
It's been a continuing problem lately.
They go down to this doctor man and double checks to see if he has any degree of consciousness.
He's in and out, from what you can tell.
Okay. Looking at in the rare moments that he is in, grabs his attention by snapping, makes sure he's looking in the eyes, and says, forget about it. Pats his face and makes a run after Bryan and Maria.
All right.
This is the most that they can do.
And so, you leave the alleyway. Maria's just running full bore.
Really hope that went through. Oh no.
Brian's running as fast as he can to catch up.
For the three of you, what's your stamina pool?
Hi.
3.
My stamina pool
1.
is 4 with 2 athletics.
Then it's not hard for Bryan and Jude to catch up with you, Maria, especially given your state. But she's not
Jude,
not stopping, but you're able to catch up.
Am I at any risk of frenzying on them at this point?
You don't see blood, so no.
Ducking into a place.
Jude stops Maria and just kind of like pats her into a dark alleyway. Miss Maria. Okay. That didn't work out at all. That's okay.
That's a fine understatement right now. I apologize for something that as unsightly as that, Miss Walker.
No. Totally okay. I get
It's
it.
hardly okay. I almost killed a man tonight. That's going to happen again and again and again right now, and it's only going to get worse.
Not tonight.
Brian's keeping an eye out for any passerby that might be able to feed Maria in her state.
Not tonight.
Then, Bryan, I would like you to make a wits plus awareness.
Jude holds on to Maria's shoulder. It's a delicate grip, but it's firm enough to express the seriousness of intention. I know you hardly know me, but I understand the position you're in. I've been there more times than I care to count in the past couple of months.
I appreciate your sentiment right now. I do, Jude, I do. Right now.
You need blood? I said I could give it.
And the same thing's going to happen to whoever the hell you put in front of me.
Me. Jude, resilience, so I have 1 extra health in my dice pool.
So, what that would do is you would be giving up blood to Maria.
Yes. I know it's not the best of circumstances. I don't know what it'll do. I don't understand much about any of this, but
Jude, what you're asking right now is something that I am. No, you don't understand, guys.
do you have other options?
This
Are you willing?
exact moment, not a whole lot. I'm gonna kill somebody. I guess I'm not gonna be doing it.
I can't watch you kill someone. But I know I can take it. If he's here, I saw him. I saw him hold you back. And I think I'm strong enough that I can do the same. So
We'll be right back where we started. Just a different person. And if you, Jude, if you end up losing control, you'll hate yourself just as I'm going to myself right. And I would not put that upon. Just ended up coming in under my roof. It's my job to end up being in the hospital, not you. While I appreciate your fine gift, I'm afraid I might have to decline. This is starting to sound like a social combat.
social combat is fine with me.
All right, then Jude, it is a charisma persuasion, and Maria, the same. They're trying to persuade each other to go one way.
Bryan's staying on alert, just in case he's got to get in between them.
Willpower re-rolling. 3 dice. All right, Maria.
It's a stalemate. Neither of you are giving in. Neither of you are taking willpower damage.
Jude, I'm gonna ask, please, not awful things. You are absolutely sure, and you do not know what it is you are asking, right? You really don't.
Explain it to me.
You're too new to understand what a blood bond is. What it is our blood does, not just to the mortals that we're around, but to each other. You drink someone's blood, you start thinking about them more and more, and the more you drink, the more you get from that. The more focused you are on them. You're not worried about yourself, you're worried about them.
Whether they like it or not.
Our blood is powerful. It's what gives us our abilities, but it also, when you partake of it, binds you mentally to whomever you're consuming.
Jude takes their hand off of Maria's shoulder. Just looks to the ground. I can bring someone. But I need you to be willing to trust me and him.
Don't have much of a choice right now.
Okay. If I have permission to make the hunt instead on your turf.
Yeah.
Brian, Rhea.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back. I can't be seen like this.
I'll bring them over. Jude is going to do a siren-based hunting to bring someone back to the coterie, the cottage.
Okay.
What
Then,
is siren hunting?
that's manipulation, persuasion, plus seduction.
Persuasion, and I have the seduction specialty. So that's +1. Plonk.
And it is
And
difficulty
I'm
5.
willing to re-roll failures. How many do I have? I have
3 fails that you can reroll.
Mm-hmm.
the whole shebang.
That's 6.
Handled.
So you slink into a portion of the alleyways, kind of displaying yourself as you usually do to attract someone who might be looking for a good time. It takes roughly an hour or so, and you're able to collect this person, take them into a car, and drive with them to the coterie house.
Excellent. I'm dragging this person, giggling. They're touching up on me, and as we enter the cottage, I just throw them to the wall, immediate of the door, and look them deep in the eyes. And as if I'm almost going to kiss them, I look them deep, and I whisper, "Stay still." That is compel.
And their eyes glaze over, and they are staying still.
I look over into the rest of the house. You see Bryan, Maria, pensive. Maria looks downtrodden, shaken. I don't feel pity. That isn't the word for this. Whatever's left of this undeath, cold and barren heart after dying is much more intending to provide a service. If I'm with these people, then I should be with them. I need to make it clear what I'm about. So, I stand back and I hold my hand out, palm open and flat, pointing to the individual. We'll pull you off if it gets too much. but this is yours.
Maria, do you partake of this individual?
I have no idea who this individual is.
No, not at all.
Yeah, good.
Frenzy it is.
Yep, nope, that's right. That's right.
All right. Maria, when you taste that first sip of this person, the elation overwhelms you to the point where it takes over. It drinks and it drinks and it drinks and it guzzles violently. Claws sink into flesh.
Jude is going to wait until what they assume is at least 2 dots of hunger fulfilled.
Maybe 2 turns.
Bryan will wait 2 turns as well.
So Maria, slake 2 hunger. But the both of you also witness that flesh is ripping, tearing, clothing is tearing.
Bryan will grab Maria's hands. Pull him off the man. Whatever the mortal is.
That is a strength brawl versus strength brawl again.
Jude assists.
Okay, so Bryan, you get a +1.
So would that be a +2 with my specialty?
Yes, it would. You're able to rip Maria's fangs from this person's throat, but it's messy. This person is bleeding all over the floor. And for some of you, it might trigger some sense. Bryan, thankfully you're under control enough that that scent is not overwhelming you.
Yet.
What do you do? Maria, what's your hunger?
I'm at 2.
You are free to make another frenzy check.
Still difficulty 3.
No, you just need to succeed. You're able to pull yourself out of it. You're still pretty hungry. Not hungry like you were, but not satiated 100%.
When Maria settles down and stops fighting, Bryan will let go and unrestrain her.
Maria looks at her work.
Still a bloody mess on the floor.
She leans down into it. You can maybe hear her with words of prayers upon her lip. Places her hands upon the wound. Just praying this will work. Not sure if he's in a position to struggle at this point.
Nope.
Blood loss.
They're fading in and out.
I am sealing the wounds. I am locking the joints. Can't go anywhere. I'm in no position. I even keep the teeth clenched, teeth fused together. Do so. Half of them. But I use what I can to stabilize. Rise check.
Thankfully, it doesn't make you any hungrier. But they're alive. The wounds are closed. But they're fading in and out of consciousness from the blood loss.
Imagine so.
Okay. Wow. I don't know what the hell you just did, but I can get them to the hospital.
They won't be going to a hospital. Dude.
Huh?
She uses those talon fingers to reach and pull out the wallet. Opens it up. I've taken something precious from this man. At the very least, I've deserved to. I should respect it. I read the name aloud, the address, and everything else. Getting to know the man through the contents of his pockets.
It's a name
Going
you
to do
don't
it.
recognize. An address that's pretty far from your particular street. Not very far, but far enough.
I am gonna end up dragging him a bit. Get him into my own bedroom. His joints are locked. He's not going to be able to run or scream or anything like that. He's a prisoner in his own body right now. Kind of just admire him for a moment. Cool. Calm enough. I'm gonna place my lips on the ears as I bite into my tongue. It's okay, that's just hunger. And I am going to use Dominus Favor. Final kiss to my savior, so to speak. After I leave my room, let him rest.
While Maria's doing this, Bryan will go into the kitchen, start gathering the supplies. Maria promised Dave, rounding up what he can, see if he can find a church key or some other can opener.
Yeah, there's plenty here.
What the hell did I just see?
Who are you
Jude is-
asking?
Jude, I assume Maria went upstairs already having dragged the guy there, and they were speechless the entire time. They're looking at Bryan just casually rummaging through the kitchen, and they're standing in the room, in the middle of the room, just clenched fists, body jagged. What the hell was that?
Are you talking to me?
Either of you. What did you do to him?
It's a special trick Maria has. I don't know how to explain it.
Maria comes down after a moment. Best way to explain it is, in my hands, everybody's made of Play-Doh.
That's completely unreal.
Wait until you figure out what you're capable of.
I don't know if it's anything like that.
I know you're new, but it's best to get this notion of we're human out of your head now. We are monsters in flesh. We don't breathe. Some of us can eat, but most can't. We don't really have a heartbeat. We feed on blood of other living things.
And right now, she reads the name. He's about to end up assisting us in that turn. He's gonna have a life back. She tosses the wallet onto the table towards Bryan.
I'll
Use it to
pick
get
up.
what you can.
What all did you promise Dave?
Well, Maria gives the list of the earlier discussion, which our newest member, Jude, would notice. It's actually a bunch of food items, which would appear weird given that, they don't eat.
Bryan will take the list and head out.
Remember how I said we were all unwanted? She gives a small nod to Dave as he talks. Remember how we were talking about clans earlier?
Yeah.
You know what they call us, my type? They call us fiends, dragons, stokers, clans of Misa. I know, sounds foreign.
Dimitri. Cece, does the term Simitsi sound familiar to me?
That's an intelligence occult.
I don't have any dots in occult. I was wondering if my sire told me.
She hasn't told you a lot.
No, she hasn't. I have 1 dot in intelligence, so...
Hail Mary!
Woo!
No. Nothing.
As Bryan's getting everything together, he'll tell Jude, ask Maria to show you her book. It's not the, I guess you say, most accurately historic, but for Maria, this is essentially her vampiric Bible.
Vampiric Bible. Right.
Only one I know of that's another like me. One that explains it.
The only one that gave us any clues we know's been written. It's a fairly interesting read.
little of its time. Now, as far as what you're asking, you wanted to learn about why it is that I didn't want from. She waits for Bryan to leave before
Yeah.
she's about to perform this demonstration.
Brian will leave now, head to the store so he can still try and make the meet with Dave.
And with that, Bryan takes off towards the store.
Nicole, you downstairs?
Yes?
Come on up here for a second, sweetheart.
And you hear footsteps of a very pretty girl come up to the main floor of the house. Yes?
I'd like you to end up meeting Jude here. You know, like the saint.
Oh.
Are you... Hi, sorry. Name's Jude, and Jude will put out their hand for a handshake.
Nicole, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Nicole.
Nice to meet you. Jude's grip is firm, but they're trying to be gentle.
And you also notice that her hand is warm.
They blink for a second and look at her.
And she blinks at you, looking back to Maria. Another one?
Nicole. Another one. There's more of us than you might think. Nicole.
Oh, wow. There's a lot
See.
who are here.
Well, we stand. It's our little secret. Cole here is assisting me, helping me explore certain capabilities, and so she puts her hand beneath Cole's jawline as though a lover, though Maria's face almost seems a little disinterested.
And you can't help but see that Nicole smiles at your touch.
See, Cole here, do just about anything to end up helping, and you in that regard. Nicole, have you been keeping up with the regiment we've talked about?
Yes.
Don't die. Don't die on us, coffee. Take a minute.
Man down.
You see Nicole here. She's very much one of them. But she's mine, like many are in this neighbor. But Nicole here is more loyal than most.
Mm.
Can you guess why that is? She bites into her fingertip, allowing just a little bit of blood.
Nicole kind of looks at you, wondering if that's for her.
She places over, as though hanging over here in Nicole's, just to see what she does, how much she needs.
She just stares at that little droplet in her finger. Kind of looking
Go ahead.
back to your eyes, waiting for permission to do so.
Go ahead.
And she gently takes your hand and puts her finger into her mouth.
It was like... No offense, but it's like watching a dog wait for treats.
That's not far off.
I'm not
Nicole's
a
so
dog.
much more special. Nicole, hush now. Hush. That's not far off. When you offered, this is what you were offering.
Oh,
So, before you cast judgment, you might want to know about that. Kate licks the wound. It's alright, Nicole. See, Nicole here has been helping me get to grips. I think she'll make a fantastic addition in time. Right now, she's just preparing herself. See how far we can take her. And the same is going to be to the one you just brought. Don't you worry your pretty little head. Get back downstairs and you relax. Take the night to rest yourself. We're gonna end up having a lot of fun. There is. But before you go, she cocks her head in Nicole's head to the side and decides to take a single drop or a single dot of blood from Nicole, who hasn't been fed upon for quite some time, so this
It's
should
been
be
a while,
fine.
yeah.
Actually, could she take two in theory? Like, if no one else is fed on her, should she be fine?
Ooh, how long has it been since you last fed on her?
I
Exactly,
believe it's been at least 5 days.
at least. She probably only has one left. One that she could safely give you.
I'm just gonna take one then.
You would know that blood doesn't replenish that quickly in a mortal.
Not on the amounts I need. That's why we need more mortals.
Mm-hmm. But she's elated. That bliss that the kiss provides is enough for her arms to wrap around you as if she's in the throes of passion.
After
And
I let her go, let her enjoy the moment. Tell her to go rest downstairs. I'll
she
call
is
for her soon.
she is blushing profusely as if she has just been on display for that sort of thing.
For all intents and purposes, was.
She doesn't really hesitate to go back downstairs because she's a little embarrassed.
I'm sorry that I did not end up having enough to end up going around now, Jude. Otherwise, I'd make the offer. Though your offering is going to end up helping.
I figured it. It's a very little bit of labor for the information you provided.
It's not about trade right now. Part of the Iconoclasts, right? So, right now, it comes down to trying to find a way to help. We need to make sure that we're not starving. We're not hungry. We need to end up getting more resources, more people. We need almost everything. We have to build this up from scratch. We gotta do so in an entire city that wants it dead. Find ways not to give them an excuse. My job out of all this is everything you see out their window.
Jude just looks out into the night. They're not sure what kind of moon phase it is, but for some reason it just feels so much darker now than when they were out before. I look back to Maria. Their jaws clenched.
You're not liking none right now, Jude. See it plain on your face.
I don't I don't think I've experienced anything like that.
You probably have. Maybe a dozen times in your life. Don't remember it. Isn't that what you just did? Ever
I don't know.
feel tired for no reason? Spend the day in bed sick? You just might have come down with something overnight. You felt fine one night, then all of a sudden you're not.
They just clench their eyes. You can see that they're trying to think hard about the situation, but at the same time, nodding their head.
Speak your mind.
I don't know anything about that. I just know what I already was doing. There wasn't any particular day I was more exhausted than the rest. It was all exhausting. So,
Then I bid thee welcome into my home. Come in freely and of your own will. That's what Bryan wanted me to end up showing you something. She pulls a bag out, places a copy of Holy Bible on it, and then pulls out a second book, very well worn, almost as much as the Bible itself. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Funny thing, rumor says, slides the book over, you can see all kinds of tabs and writing in the margins and all kinds of things that just make this marked all to hell. It looks more like a textbook than a literature book. Odd thing. Supposedly he actually exists.
huh.
So that's what I have to go off.
Dracula, huh?
He was supposedly Zamisi.
And Jude just flips through it and looks at random miscellaneous notes that Maria has made. You can see them.
Notice. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you can see them seriously reading a few comments in it.
You would probably know the first thing that came to mind, like probably flipping through. The comments wrapped in around an old quote from there. What sweet music they make. Referencing that, and Maria talking about how she can actually talk to animals as well. She can hear them. She can understand them. Is this what he was doing? And just drawing parallels with various things, like the ability to talk, and the ability to command somebody, the idea of sunlight, grave earth. Does that mean, is it just grave earth, or is it something else? She doesn't know. But those might be of useful information that she might not be fully aware that you don't.
I missed half of that. What was that?
You're seeing a lot of margins comparing what Dracula does in the book to what Maria is capable of. Grave Earth, talking to animals, what sweet music they make, all of that.
After a while, Jude looks back up to Maria. Their expression is thoughtful, but pensive, before they look down at the Holy Bible. Do you think any of that stuff has stock too?
What it is that we're all descended from Cain. You have the curse given to Cain, flowing in your veins right now. And if that's true, what does that tell you about God? Or the devil? Up till a little while ago, you didn't think vampires existed. Does it suddenly seem that the Lord himself might be a fiction the world has chosen to...
What did I... Where did I drop off?
You just dropped off of, like, you dropped and came right back, so...
Okay.
So yes, I believe very much that the Lord is real. And that on our day of judgment, he will take all the sinners and weigh them, measure them. I can't change what I am. And suicide's a sin that you can't take back. But I can try. It's a hard balance. Very hard balance. One that I haven't quite figured out yet.
Jude kind of teeters back and forth for a second. Do you think any of the saints were like us?
Nah. Nah, they were... The saints themselves probably ended up having the prudence to end up getting through it all. Devotion never wavering. Whereas I have to end up wrestling with the idea that I am damned, outside of the purview of God himself. Consigned to hell the moment that I'm left to ash, and if I'm very lucky, that'll be my fate. And yet I have to hope. Maybe God's still keeping an eye on me. There's 2 lives I could have taken tonight. And thanks to you, I didn't. For that I am very good. That you might spare a stain upon my immortal soul. Few nights I will have returned that individual. And he will be a part of what we're doing. And if we do it right, no one will come hunting here again. Those that have fallen outside the grace of God, those who would make less of their brother's keeper, I'll find a use for them too. Because I know full well when they call my type fiends, we are designed by creation to bring hell on earth. And I'm just trying to end up staving that off one more night.
Well, maybe I don't understand the whole fiend thing entirely. I'm still learning this whole fact that we're monsters, but...
You are a monster. That does not mean you have to be monstrous. A surgeon cuts a human being open. He's not doing it out of harm. Doing it to save a life and make life better. Maybe that's just justification and don't mean a gold damn in the world, but pray that I know the right path when I see it.
Maybe you don't have to make hell on earth. Maybe you can make Zion.
I think that's outside the purview of the damned, but I can try and at least make home. I want to show you something. Would you mind coming for a walk with me?
I'll come.
I am going to use that last bit of blood. And while this is going to suck, I'm going to do a rouse check. Oh my god, I didn't get hungrier. And I'm going to perform a miracle. 4 successes, that is good enough. I am going to change my dots back to where they were. 2 strength, 2 dexterity, 3 stamina. And I'm going to leave the hollowness in my chest alone, because that still needs to heal. But for the most part, what you get is a brunette whose face may be a little long, but perfectly human. She molds herself. I'm going to change clothes. And we're going to go talk to the woman whose husband I have just accosted.
And I think that is where we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back to visit with Noel and Rei as they go to speak with Baron von Dzvenkgau to Altenberg and see if Bryan can't hotwire a truck. We'll be right back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone, to Episode 8 of Season 2 of San Antonio by Night Aftermath. We rejoin the Iconoclasts as Rei and Noel make their way towards the Anarch Elysium, the basement of a particular bookstore that has been well furnished, and the keeper who mans the late night bookstore on the top floor allows you in, and you're greeted by this well furnished and beautiful place. It's hard to believe that the basement under a bookstore could look so nice. It's got a coffee table, chairs, a nice couch. Both of you have been here before at least once. But you also see a woman in one of the chairs. Woman of black hair, straight across bangs, makeup done to perfection, rings on her fingers, and a lovely pantsuit and heels.
Alright. Jude said he was walking into the dragon's den. Or they said they were walking into the dragon's den. This is what's going through Noel's mind as he walks downstairs into the Elysium and sees the sight before him.
She's very beautiful. stunning, even.
Just like Amber, the host is full of very, very pretty individuals.
Yes.
Don't know why, but alright. What Toreador want, I guess. And as he comes down and everything gets situated, he would formally greet Velda with a bow. Baron von Dzvenkgau zu Altenberg. Thank you for making the time to meet with us tonight.
Thank you for showing up promptly. And you are?
Sorry, you'll have to forgive me, but holy hell, you're hot.
Noel just covers his mouth.
You see a brow quirk under the bangs. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm Rei,
One
by the way.
usually
Nice
starts
to meet
with introductions, yes.
Yes. That is Rei, and my name is Noel. And we are of the Iconoclasts.
Yes, I've heard of you. Amber made a very distinct impression about you.
Yeah. I had the pleasure of meeting Miss Dupree at the memorial. After.
How did you enjoy the memorial, by the way?
It's good to have a place to remember the fallen.
As we should.
And to ruminate on those who may or may not still be around.
As I have been made keenly aware, you're looking for one who may still potentially be in existence, one Mr. Urian Doyle.
And that would be correct.
And Amber has filled me in on the notions that you have about hunters. I believe Baron Jameson has spoken with us a couple of times, as this seems to be an issue that he's dealing with in his domain, Mr. Stoneford.
Quite. But it is my belief that this extends far beyond Jameson's barony.
And you suspect that there are issues going on in my barony as well.
I believe there are issues going on throughout the entire city. Jameson's domain, your domain, Baron Batista's domain.
And all I hear is superstition. All I hear is the drumming up of rumors. I don't see any proof. Where is this agent that has been summarily executed? Where are his ashes?
I believe his ashes are in the possession of Baron Jameson currently. But it is not a dead man that I worry about.
Yes, it is the living.
Three people died as a result of our dealing with this group. One of them was the agent who was summarily executed, and two people that were working for him. Who were not turned and are currently buried.
I mean, if you like, we can go dig up their corpses, but
That won't be necessary.
If I might, I have I've heard that there have been the homeless have been getting driven out of the northern end of the city.
It's typically what happens when you do improvements on a city block.
On a block, not the entire quarter. Third. Right?
I
I
mean,
mean,
the north side of the city has been experiencing some improvements, yes. And thus,
have you been looking to actually drive the homeless out of your area of the city?
no, not
Because
actively.
they're being moved en masse, Baron.
I'm not sure that I like the accusations that you're making.
No accusations here, just pointing out a fact that they're being moved down. Something that I heard from some of the homeless themselves.
Yes, because there is no place for them to stay anymore. It is what happens when you improve a neighborhood.
Or when you shift in a food source.
Why would I shift a food source away from my barony?
I'm not saying that you're doing it. I'm saying the police are doing it. The people that we had dealings with, they were connected with the FBI.
The FBI.
Yeah. Moore himself was actually an FBI agent.
I see.
See why we're starting to get concerned? See why the rumors are being drummed up? People need to keep an eye out.
How very interesting.
I know of at least one kindred that's gone missing through all this.
And who is that?
Someone known as Madame.
Interesting.
Have you noticed any kindred going missing in your area?
No, everyone's accounted for.
I'm glad to hear it.
And I do believe that one of my constituents was attempting to bring in one of yours.
Yeah.
You'd be referring to Mr. Cortez.
Yes, I would be.
Well, as he has come up, I think it would be fair that you are given a proper recount of events.
A proper recount.
Given the things that happened last night, and you could corroborate with Miss Dupree and Miss M both on this, it took quite a bit to get Benji to tell the truth. And so, as I have reconstructed them, the events of last night involving Mr. Cortez and us are as thus. Mr. Cortez came to our domain. For what exact reason is unknown at this time. He came to see us directly at our meeting house, and we invited him in, showing him the hospitality of our domain. And we struck a deal. He would give me information on Urian, and I would give him information on the current happenings with Carnage.
Carnage.
Yes, Carnage.
A kindred
Which is
who
another.
has been griefing the entirety of the city for the last year.
Oh, quite so. I do not like him either. However, Maria, Miss Higgs, another constituent of our coterie, has taken interest in Carnage.
Against better judgment, I'm sure.
Of course, but when you are in her position, he is one of the few that knows about what it is she actually is and what it is that she's capable of. If you were only at most 12 months embraced and had no idea who you were, you would look to any possible source for help, even if that source was an exceptionally dangerous malfactor. But Benji was given this information, and Maria offered to set up a meeting between Benji and Carnage. On her own back, mind you. And Benji accepted. Now, I had just so happened to have left the house at this time to go and talk to Miss Dupree at the memorial, which she can corroborate. But during this time, Benji and Carnage, having met up, well, it's their particular relationship and how they don't like each other became exceptionally clear.
Yes, I'm very aware of their existing relationship.
And to not put too fine a point on it, Maria, seeing both Carnage and Benji as family, tried to get in the middle, and being the filling in a raging brouhaha sandwich is far from the most pleasant thing to experience.
Very amusing analogy.
That's one way to put it. But I had found out about this and had followed Amber to figure out what was going on. With her permission, of course. Meanwhile, during her trip to the house, Maria had told me that at some point Carnage was in the car with her, but at some point, as she was fading in and out of consciousness, the car had stopped, and when Benji got back in, Carnage was nowhere to be seen. And then we come to my involvement with this. I'd called another coterie mate of mine to help me to take Maria home. And this would be whereupon I met M and Mr. Pre once more, and we civilly sorted out the issue.
It is sorted, yes.
Yes. Maria is currently safe and sound, although I do not know how she feels about Benji.
I think, considering her position, it's safe to say that she's uncomfortable with him at best.
Personal opinions about my constituents are really your own problem, not mine.
Yes.
It only becomes my problem when you start causing problems for me.
And, well, that is the exact opposite of what I would like to do. Quite frankly, I see that there is a bigger threat here that I would like to work together to defeat. Because...
Yes, because Benji's personal business is his business.
It is. And any consequences from the acting of that personal business are also his to deal with, as he sees fit.
Yes.
But no, my point here is more...
after all.
That we are. But right now, more than anything, I would like to extend the olive branch and work together to deal with what I would consider to be a existential level threat. As the one that I am aware of that still exists, I have not been able to find him, hide nor hair. His name is Harrison.
Harrison.
Apparently, he's a weapons specialist. And considering that Agent Moore, when we confronted him, had a weapon, a gun, that had the ability to set Kindred on fire with its rounds,
I see.
I think you would begin to understand how concerned I would be that there is someone loaded for bear who knows our tactics and capabilities and has weapons specifically designed to turn us to ash, running around the city. And that's just the one that I know of. That's not including the many, many more that I might not. They're a lot like cockroaches, hunters.
Baron, I'm a little concerned with the fact that he had incendiary rounds. One of our coterie mates took one and was summarily set on fire for a while.
Oh, that's nasty.
So my question is, where did they get the knowledge of what to use?
Well,
Hunters are resourceful
They-
things.
They knew exactly what they were walking into.
well, there is something about that, actually.
Please share.
As we were dealing with this, I had the pleasure of talking to one Miss Violet Rousing.
Ah, yes. I am familiar with Miss Violet.
And she had mentioned that there was a organized force of federal agents performing a full-on purge in the city of Detroit before she left.
Yes, I am very aware of the stories that she's given.
Not only that, the coterie mate that was set on fire, he had mentioned something that had caught Moore's attention. Something shocking. Something about a daybreak. FBI agent plus name like that says to me that that's probably an operation name.
Well, that's interesting.
Exceptionally.
Hmm.
But it's exactly why I've come to you. It's why eventually I'm going to be going and talking to Baron Batista. I believe that the only way to deal with this so that we don't turn into another Detroit is to unify preemptively and strike. Strike hard.
There's a little bit more information that I'd like to throw out there. Something that I remember being mentioned. Daybreak
Mm-hmm.
had something to do with experimenting on Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Yeah. Specifically called them the ugly ones.
Huh.
So, yeah, definitely not
And you're sure about that?
Well, that's what was mentioned.
Now,
Well, I mean,
I'm
that's
hearing a lot of conjecture and a lot of stories and things of that sort. Do you have proof?
What kind of proof do you need?
Anything. Honestly, you said they have these incendiary rounds. They have.
Jameson has. I believe Jameson has that weapon in his possession.
There's a lot of shit that we handed over to Jameson during all this.
Something he's
You
failed
must
to
understand. You must understand we are living within his domain.
share. That's understandable. But it is something that he's failed to share with me.
And that's exceptionally concerning to me, because it means any withholding. We all have our secrets as kindred. It is part and parcel of who we are, written upon our very souls as instructions we must follow. But holding back of information such as this, in a time such as this,
It leads me to believe whether or not. It leads me to question whether or not the situation is as blown out of proportion as you make it out to be, Mr. Stoneford. I am reluctant.
and your reluctance is understandable. In fact, I would be surprised if you were not somewhat reluctant. However, I would like to bring something to attention. Something that is now becoming increasingly clear to me. The northern parts of the city are being improved, and as such, the homeless populations are forced to make a southern exodus. Correct?
As I said, that is what happens when you make improvements.
Yes. But it is also a well-known modus operandi of the Nosferatu that they are amongst / consort with the homeless on a regular basis. My thought is that I do not wish to trifle with a maybe. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that Harrison is out there, and that I'm sure he has weapons just like the one that that is in Jameson's possession.
Look,
And you've
Baron.
heard nothing of it since.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Look, Baron, with all due respect, we're bringing this to you out of pure concern as constituents of Jameson's domain, as constituents of this city, right?
Yes.
At the very least, will you keep an eye out?
I've heard the rumors, as this isn't the first time that this has graced my ears. But I thought I'd talk to you personally to see what your proof might have been.
Well, we've handed all of our proof over, so we've handed it all over to Jameson. So that's where it is. But,
Yes, Jameson and I have not been on great terms.
yeah, I've heard a couple of rumors about that.
What do you know?
Not a lot, really. Something to do from a year ago or some shit.
Could I make it intelligence politics here? Because I'm actually not sure what I would know.
Okay, yeah, intelligence politics.
I'm going to spend a willpower.
What?
4.
You think maybe it has to do something with the fact that the host might have been responsible for some of the deaths that happened in Jameson's domain. Rascal being one of them, among others.
I am aware that Baron Jameson does not particularly like you or your coterie due to the events during the Camarilla invasion 12 months ago. That some of the deaths that happened are on the hands of you and your coterie. But
And the War Baron. The
and the
person
War
that you are
Baron.
seeking.
Yeah, actually,
Yes.
I'd love to meet him in person.
Yes.
I'd love to learn from him.
And, well, the thing about that, and the funny thing about domain and things like that is this. We Iconoclasts live in Jameson's domain. But he doesn't see us as one of his. I know that he doesn't. And so, all I can do, as my own flesh and blood and the flesh and blood of my coterie, is serve the city in its entirety. So, whatever beef that Jameson has with you, or that you have with him, frankly, to me, it is simply a backdrop. It is a political backdrop upon which we, the Iconoclasts, work. I bear no ill will towards your domain, or any of its constituents. And I'm sure with given personal business aside, neither do any of my coterie mates. And such, we are here. To serve in the city's best interests. Because, well, politically, none of the three of you, not Jameson, not Baron Batista, and not you, would want us serving in your best interests. Or maybe you do. I'm not going to presume. But given the reputation...
It's a little uncanny how much you remind me of him.
Who?
Mr. Stoneford, you're speaking very, very keenly, like Mr. Doyle used to. I can respect that. A little less of the flair, but more to the point. So I'll give you this. In return for the things that you have informed me of, I will let you know that the Madame is safe. She is in my care. I think Jameson would have a fit if he knew.
Well, I suppose here comes the question. Then I suppose here comes the most interesting question of the night. Is that really a seed you want planted in that garden? Because I'm sure it will get to his ears eventually.
Eventually.
What with the fact that one of your constituents specifically came to us looking for her under a favor from one Eva.
Yes, I'm sure.
And I'm sure that Miss Violet would probably also like to know.
As I'm sure.
So I'm going to make an assumption here that you are not enforcing any kind of confidentiality on this piece of information you've just given us.
What you do with it is what you do with it. But if the city's best interest serves you well, it might be a good idea to keep that a secret. Simply because, if memory serves correctly, she's also from Detroit.
Yes, I suppose therein lies another facet of this.
And Jameson was quick to try and execute her. So I took her under my wing. She came to me, offered her services, and thus I've paid it back in kind. You wouldn't make me a liar, would you?
Not at all. But that brings something very deep into question.
You're free to make your questions.
Baron Jameson has been awfully quick to try and silence anything regarding the Hunter problem. He even said that as soon as he found out the basics of it, that we in the Iconoclasts had a week to clean it up, or that he was going to execute us. That we thought that Madame was wrapped up in this entire thing meant that he was going to execute her before your timely intervention. The fact that he is not mentioned that, well, that he has a weapon with incendiary rounds in his possession, that these people possess such things. It paints a picture to me, Baron von Dzvenkgau of Altenberg, and it doesn't paint a very nice picture.
He has made it known that the city should be on lockdown. So I will give him credit in that regard, that any non-essential personnel should go to ground. As we should likely wait this problem out. They'll leave, eventually. They'll give up. But you seem to think otherwise, and why is that?
Because if it is one thing that I have learned in my mere 5 years of Embrace, it is that I know how to identify a zealot.
Is that because you are one yourself?
It is more I have learned how to identify them because there are a lot of parallels one can make between zealotry and religion. I happen to be a theologist by degree. I saw the same plants, the same roots in Agent Sebastian Moore as I did in Carnage. And Carnage, well, he is / was very zealous about his belief in Cain.
And about his belief in freedom, which I can't fault him for.
But the one thing that they all share is that as soon as they get a whiff of their enemy, they don't stop. They will dig until their tools break, until their fingers bleed, until they're shoveling dirt with naught but their mouths to destroy whatever it is in front of them. Moore was like that to the very end. Carnage, equally so.
Yeah, Moore was like that to the very end, to the point where he tore apart his own men.
How grisly.
Yeah, it was. Messy. Now, if he's willing to do that, how many others are willing to do that?
I would say this Harrison is more than willing to do that.
Have you encountered him yet?
No.
And hopefully we don't. Because, unfortunately, I don't possess any defense against incendiary rounds. But the thing is, from the information that we'd gathered, we dealt with more. And the two others, one had a personal vendetta, and the other one was sucked along for the ride without being told what it was she was actually delving into. I don't think that's the case for this Harrison. And considering I know there is at least one other federal agent in this city right now,
And
I wouldn't
who
put
might
it
that be?
That is one Agent Dixon Lopez. In fact, there was a time that I spotted him and Moore together.
I would like you both to make a wits insight.
I was actually about to ask if I could do that.
Wits insight?
Yes.
I'd like to blood search for this if I could.
Go for it.
Getting hungrier.
No modifiers?
Unless you have insight specialties.
Ignore
I've got
that
to
second rouse
detect
check.
lies.
That would be applicable here.
Sweet.
Ignore that second rouse check. I clicked the wrong button. That one, this one. I'm gonna need to spend some willpower here.
Is that not?
Oh, she does not.
I'm at full.
She does not like that. She does not like that result. Okay, so that brings it down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
I'd actually like to willpower that 2 of those dice.
Okay.
You've got what are you, two dice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 dice. Nine.
So what's that? What's your total results?
4.
4.
4.
Okay.
No, hang on. Mine's... Yeah.
You see her inhale deeply. Her eyes slowly blink, but that's really all that you get off of her.
Someone you're aware of, Baron?
I've heard the name in passing.
Huh.
And, well, if Moore had said anything to this Lopez, or after Moore's disappearance, because Harrison would know. If Harrison said anything to this Lopez, it paints an exceptionally unpleasant narrative that, quite frankly, the very government is looking for our heads on pikes. Or at least, part of them is. Because we discovered that Moore was working with government resources, but not with government oversight.
Intriguing.
And my thought is, if that message, that zealotry, spread to anyone else, especially someone who was in a very similar position to him, what's to say that another Moore doesn't pop up? Or worse, a Moore that brought more than a ragtag crew of people. A Moore that brings someone or a group that's more organized.
And do you believe the rest of us can't really do anything about this? That it needs the War Baron's genius?
I am of the frank belief, Baron, that yes, even if every kindred in this city banded together, that we were all fighting on a single united front, that if a purge were to begin, we would be nigh helpless against it without his assistance. I'm well aware, given the layers of obfuscation that I've already seen through regarding his identity and where it is that he might be, that he is one who would very much wish to remain underground. But I don't think our enemies are going to give us that chance, for one. And for two, I think this city has seen enough action from invaders who would try and displace us for a decade or more. I see the writing on the wall, Baron. And I don't wish to be a doomsayer, but it's not looking pretty. That's why I feel we should act now.
Understood. You don't know where to find him, do you?
Not gonna lie, Baron, I've been looking.
I've had thoughts as to where one might find him. He could be
Actually-
hiding in plain...
Because Urian Doyle doesn't come... is never found. He comes to you.
No. He finds you. Like a ghost of Sanctuary, right?
The ghost of San Antonio. There's one that makes
I've heard of
problems
it.
disappear.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Can you see ghosts?
I wish I could.
I've seen glimpses and flickers, but nothing solid. I would not go so far as to say that I would have the eyes of one such as yourself.
No, you
Or
don't
of
need
those.
the eyes of a Toreador or a Tremere or a Malkavian to see when someone's spewing shit, am I right?
Very true.
Do you see that I'm spewing shit?
I do not. I see that you have your secrets, and rightfully so. So does everyone.
Just I'm
But
sure
no.
that the both of you do.
Quite so.
I don't need to smell it. I don't need to see it. I can smell it.
Your poor nostrils. But it's given me a lot to think on. A lot that I think that we would be able to do together in the name of the betterment of this city and its constituents.
Then find me some proof of this, Harrison. That he still exists, that he's still in the city. And then you'll have my full support. Until then, I cannot act on rumor.
And that is more than fair enough. You read 100% crystal clear, Baron von Dzvenkgau zu Altenberg.
Thank you.
And Noel will stand and bow. I think it's going to be a pleasure working with you.
And she stands with you and extends a hand for a shake.
Yeah, handshake.
It was a pleasure to
Noel
meet
does
you.
have them strong. Noel does have them strong hands.
Mm-hmm.
A pleasure to meet you as well.
And it was a pleasure to meet you as well, Miss Wilson.
Pleasure's all mine.
And she extends a hand to you as well.
Rei takes a hand, nods, shakes it. She's not overly strong about shaking the Baron's hand, but there is strength there. Consider it an extra bonus. You know the name Dismal?
Yes, I'm very familiar with Dismal.
You might want to drop it in Mr. Doyle's ear that Dismal is looking for him.
If the War Baron still exists.
In fact, Dismal was the one that first put me on his path. But,
how intriguing.
I don't think Dismal should find him.
And where would one might find this Dismal these days?
Noel will give
Jameson's
Velda
domain.
and Noel will give Velda the exact location of Dismal's haunt. Because Noel knows exactly where that is.
Very interesting. Thank you.
Apparently he's still got a chip on his shoulder about his kid.
You have made my night very interesting.
Well, at the very least, we did not disappoint.
No disappointments at all. You have been very forthcoming. I think that is a good step in the right direction, and I hope that Maria recovers quickly.
I'll pass it on to her. Baron.
Yes.
Do you know where I can catch up with Benji?
Why?
Maria would like to know what happened to Carnage. I'd like to put her mind at ease.
I don't
And
know that
Benji
he
was
will.
the only one that saw what happened.
I don't know that he will meet with any of you in person in the near future, as he has some recovering to do himself. But I will
Right.
pass along the message.
Well, he knows where to find me.
As
I
most people in
appreciate
this
it.
city do. You are the Iconoclasts, after all.
That's exactly right. Oh, the bloody storm at this point.
Center of a hurricane,
Oh, I hate it.
destroying everything in its wake.
You seem to take far too much joy out of that.
Not joy. Just a feeling I get.
A bit of a gut feeling, eh?
I've been known to have gut feelings, and they've been particularly accurate.
Good to know. It was lovely to meet you, Baron.
Try not to do anything stupid.
I'll make the attempt. No promises.
Normally that
Ray
kind
would
of
like
thing
flash
finds
her
off.
a big grin.
She kind of smiles at you, Noel. It'd be a shame that someone who reminds me so much of him would go missing.
Yes, that would be a shame indeed. I'd like to insight that.
Go for it.
It's like, oh yeah, it'd be a shame if someone who reminded me so much of him was to go missing. Yeah, from a Baron? That's fucking terrifying. Wow. Okay, yeah, no, I am spending willpower. I have to. 2 successes.
She's not being particularly threatening about it. That's not what you read off of it.
I told you
No.
not to steal from my dice bag.
So it just comes off as she's being like, no, I genuinely hope that someone that you who reminds me so much of him doesn't end up going missing.
Ray kind of just claps Noel on the back and says, no worries of that. Not unless he pisses me off again.
Nope. She's fairly genuine.
Hey, Noel.
Noel just nervously chuckles. Yeah.
Have a good rest of your evening. I do have more things to attend to tonight.
Of
And
course.
you too, Baron.
Please see yourselves out.
And Noel would nod his head in respect and leave. And as they get outside, Noel kind of pinches the bridge of his nose. Like they're outside of the car.
Yeah.
So, Ray, I have a really stupid idea.
Let's get in the car first.
Yeah, let's. Get in the car.
Ray actually takes the time to go over her vehicle again before she gets into it,
Okay.
just to make sure that there's nothing on it.
Then make me a wits or resolve investigation. How much time do you want to spend on it? we'll determine.
As much time as necessary to go over it all and make sure that there's
That'd be a resolve then.
resolve in what was it?
Investigation.
Investigation.
As far as you can tell, nothing new.
And then she climbs inside, shuts the door, makes sure the windows are up. What are you on about?
Well, as was said, the War Baron, you don't find the War Baron finds you.
Yeah, what about it?
I'm thinking I may go back to my personal haven and wait.
I don't know. You reckon your personal haven's gonna cut it? Because I think I have another idea.
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna go chill at the Coterie Haven. After all, we're the Iconoclasts. Everyone knows where to find us.
Very true.
Your personal haven might not be such a good idea, right?
Well, I did say it was a stupid idea, but is it just me or is what Velda said concerning?
What about it?
I hope that someone who reminds me so much of the War Baron, I hope he doesn't go missing. As a Baron, that's kind of that coming from the mouth of a Baron is kind of concerning.
I think she was pulling your leg.
Yeah, see, I think that's the case, but I can't trifle with maybes.
Then
As I
again,
said.
we're fucking around, digging around in things that we really shouldn't be.
Well,
Right.
we are now on the trail of hunting a hunter. So,
We're on the watch list.
hmm.
We don't work quiet anymore. We work big. Not where kindred are concerned. Everybody's got their eyes on us.
Well then, we're iconoclasts, right?
Yeah.
Time to defile some religious imagery.
What?
That's what being an iconoclast is. They destroy monuments for religious and political reasons.
Okay. Well, let's stick to the political style stuff and leave religion alone.
If Carnage is still alive, that ain't gonna happen, and you know it.
I wanna. Yeah. I'd love to get in contact with Benji, but I've got his number, but well, if Queen Bee there has her idea, then she'll pass it on.
It's probably something she's curious about herself, finding that out. So, yeah, better to let the Baron in charge take care of it until such time as that investigation turns up yay or nay, and then go from there.
So, we're looking for a ghost, and we're looking for Harrison.
Yep, a ghost and a man loaded for bear with kindred-killing weaponry.
Where would we find someone like that?
In places where a lot of weapons would either be able to be easily concealed or it wouldn't look odd. to own a lot of weaponry.
So we're anything NRA related or military?
NRA, military. I'd also go so far as to check out recluses. The outskirts of the city. Private places. Hell, even those who hunt.
Doesn't Maria know someone like that?
Yeah, she does. I had the pleasure of meeting her. Lisa, I think her name is. Lisa Templeton. That one, though, I'm going to leave to Maria once she's...
Yeah, no. Don't touch Maria's things.
No, I was just going to say I'm going to leave that to Maria once Maria is not a barely stitched together bag of soup.
Speaking of, I'm fucking hungry, and with the damage that Maria's taken, she's gonna need more than one feed.
Yeah, and I could also go for a bite.
Right. Well, I'll help you out. Help you get something home for her. And then I'll go out and get my own.
Alright.
For now, we're going to leave Rei and Noel and catch back up with Bryan. As he's made the drop for David and the rest of the homeless in the near area, and has gone out to the park to try and hotwire the cobbled together now truck that Maria has. You see that there's police tape that has surrounded an area of the park. But you see that under the police tape, there's a woman. Shoulder length, kind of blondish hair. She's just kind of staring at something. You're not sure what. On the concrete?
Is this in the area where I saw the blood?
Yes, it is. She's just kind of kneeling, staring. Doesn't seem to care that she's crossed police tape. But there's no police in the area.
I'll make my way quietly toward her. Keeping an eye out, making sure it's just me and her.
Are you the one who did this?
Did what?
You took him away.
Took who away?
Carnage.
Not at all. Who are you, by the way?
They call me Veronica. And that, I believe, is where we're going to leave the session for tonight.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Shit.
Oh
Nice.
my god.
All of us collectively losing our shit in chat.
Ah, yes.
I knew it was coming. I just didn't expect it to happen today. Bryan, meet my sire.
Yeah. Wow. Not what I was expecting, but shit.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Cliffhanger.
Yes. I'm sorry I didn't really give you much scream time mojo.
No worries, dude. No worries. I've
We
got things that was planning on doing, but
I kind of
they can happen.
The answer is we start with Mojo next session.
that's
Yes.
where we're gonna start. That's exactly where we're gonna start.
Better be worse.
So
Hey, Derek.
Yeah.
Our project begins now.
Oh God.
What project?
Oh, we'll leave that for the audience to learn.
Ah, yes. We'll leave that for the audience to learn possibly next time. But for now, we are going to get the poll started for our lovely audience favorites. But first off, who recovered willpower?
I did.
I did my desire. Find kindred allies. That is the coterie.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I definitely did mine. Actually, I also think I may have also worked towards my ambition.
Ooh, what is your ambition, my friend?
My ambition is become indispensable to the city.
Oh.
I just got in really solid with Velda. You know, basically being like, hey, if you get some proof of this, you 100% have my full support about what you're doing.
Let me
She was willing to hear us out and was actually very interested when Noel painted the picture that he had. I think that would count as working towards his ambition.
Ah, yes.
You're welcome for the assistance in that too, by the way.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Hmm.
And that's my new desire.
I kind of love Jude. Jude is adorable.
Yes.
They are a Beano.
It's all a facade. They're very manipulative.
I have
Jude
no
is a
doubt.
Beano.
Oh, I can tell.
Ooh.
I can
But
tell.
yes, the audience vote is now open so that everyone can submit their pick for audience favorite. But yes, if we've recovered willpower, I think there's a questionable stain here. So the individual that got their bones merged all together, I'm debating whether or not that constitutes as torture or harming the innocent.
I'm sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry about.
How many stains have I taken?
I'm gonna say one, and for some reason the poll's not working. What the hell?
Gotta do it the old-fashioned way.
Ugh. Fucking butts. What the hell? Exclamation point vote. It should work.
If that's not working, you can start a poll through Twitch itself by going /poll, and then it'll pull up a little thing that you can do.
How dumb. Alright, well, this time around, I've been actually thinking about switching to the Twitch poll anyway, because channel points. So, while I get that set up, why don't we talk about the experience that you all have maybe gained? So,
One for everyone?
One for everyone, of course.
We.
But who moved the plot?
I'm gonna say Noel.
No.
Great.
No.
Yep.
Did you say Rei, Mojo?
I said Noel, I agree.
Oh, no, I agree. Okay. That seems to be a Jude out of his decision then. Thank you.
We.
I need to numb down on someone who's phlegmatic.
This is going to be a 10-minute poll, and you could use bits and channel points to affect the poll. So,
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, God.
so get your votes in, everybody.
Look, the last time that happened, when the first time Derek opened it up on his channel, remember what happened?
Yeah. Yep.
It was like 70 votes.
Yep. But yeah, then I think Noel gets our plot movers. So who had the best scene?
Basic
Uh,
feeding scene.
Basic feeding.
Basic
scene.
feeding scene.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay,
basic feeding scene.
I demand one experience after what I
Yeah.
have saw.
I also kind of want to put Jude forward for that one. Jude's entrance.
Okay.
And their reaction to Maria
Ooh.
right away
Pretty good.
was so good.
Yeah, no, my vote's going directly with Maria, because basic feeding scene. Look, 10 dice out of 42 requires some level
Some
of
level of Will Wheaton
recompense.
curse. Yeah.
Yeah, that just has some level of compensation.
I give it to Maria for basic feeding scene because goddamn that was stressful.
God damn.
Barely
I think
made it.
that's the majority.
I guess that I'll go with Maria because I was torn between Maria and Jude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I think that's enough of a majority. Maria gets it.
Yay.
All right. And who had the best line?
I'm torn between Noel and Bryan.
Mm.
I say, Bryan, y'all gonna stand there all night? You gonna come on in?
No.
I'm gonna-
no. Go ahead.
I said I'm gonna throw forward Ray's reaction to Velda.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Big lesbian energy, yes.
Mine for Bryan, but it's specifically because as soon as you introduced Veronica, before you post it, before anything, I sent a message to Specs, oh shit, it's Veronica. Before it was announced, and I'm like, and it was perfect because Brian's like, who are you? And I'm like, that is the best who are you could have ever asked in this entire chronicle.
They call me Veronica.
But there is the big energy from Rei.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Big lesbian energy. Mm-hmm.
Yep. There's that. And then there has to be it's like, don't touch Maria's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was that too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
don't touch Maria stuff. See, I would chuck my hat in the ring too, because during the entire scene of Jude's entrance, I was just making Hey Jude references the entire fucking time. And I think Derek realized, and he's just like, Why? Why are you doing this?
Why are
Why
you?
do you
Why are you the way that you are?
That song just kept replaying and replaying in my head the whole time with the introduction of Jude.
Mm. They are a cute bean.
Just
Great.
no, we're not taking a sad song and making it better. It's
Shut the fuck up.
just horror.
Shut
It's
the
just horror.
The poll's still going, y'all. So
So who got best line?
it sounds to me like everybody's torn between everyone tonight.
I am torn. I don't.
Also, Jude saying shucks.
Shucks.
No, just kind of wanted to look over and go, what the fuck was that?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That was just a
that-
Beano
Should we
being a
just do
Beano.
this like an all or nothing for everybody at this point?
Is it? Is that where we want to go?
Yeah, I think it's an all or nothing.
Okay. All 5 of you must agree, high or low.
Hi, Clan, hi.
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 It's fucked me
Hi.
over before. I expected to do it again.
Yep.
I'll take it.
High clan high on everyone.
I shouldn't have.
Yep.
I shouldn't have opened
Yeah.
my mouth since I'm the one who declared it. Come on, you
No
owe me a
whammies.
high. You owe me a high by now.
No
High.
whammies. Nope.
Oh, literally the
Every
heaviest
time.
whammy.
On low.
No.
9 times out of 10. It fucks me over.
Nobody gets it. Womp womp.
I'm sorry. Why did I say anything? Why?
It's fine. It's fine.
I would have kept my mouth shut. There might have been a chance. I had to say something.
Okay, but not gonna lie, I loved Jude's entrance and how jittery they were,
Mhm.
and the kind of jaw-dropping moments that they had with each of the coterie members. Because they were constantly just like, what the fuck are these people?
They've been kindred for like a whopping 3 months total, maybe, and they're just like, wow, you're all fucking nuts.
I have no idea yet.
Noel is just
I
like,
lose-
oh, you really think that's crazy? I'm the
If I
oldest.
If I lose one more, and I might as well make the remorse check now.
Yep. Please do.
But
Whew.
nope, that's shouldn't have done that.
Oh,
We got to do.
remorse.
Nope.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Because if I lose one more, fuck it. We're building that cathedral of flesh. I do not care anymore. You can't hurt me anymore.
Oh my god.
I love this game. I love this setting. I love all of you. So, we're still waiting for the poll to finish. It'll be another couple of minutes. We've got a tie so far between Jude and Bryan for the audience favorite. Come on, everybody. Put your
Come
votes
on,
in.
vote.
Put your votes in. But how did we enjoy the session tonight?
I hated it. I hated every minute of it.
Oh, no.
Every 2 seconds, whenever I'm being asked to make a roll. You know, anytime it involves dice, why do I let dice factor into anything? Why do I even play? How do you roll in total count? I have gotten a grand total of 14 successes out of 62 dice. Out of 62 dice, 14 successes. How does that happen?
I don't know. I don't know.
Buffy?
I'm losing it. And that's including the humanity pass just now. The only
Buffy?
average roll I had.
Yes,
I
Mox?
loved seeing you play Velda.
Oh. Oh, good.
It made me so happy.
She...
My only thing is be more sarcastic and be more venomous.
Mm-hmm. Well, she wasn't being super sarcastic simply because it was a bit more formal than that. She
Oh, she doesn't give a fuck.
she's She's a Baron. She has to give a fuck now. She actually has
Yeah.
an image to portray.
That's just how Velda is. She doesn't change for anyone.
No, but she does
Because
have.
she's perfect the way she is, duh.
She keeps it. She keeps it a little bit more secret these nights, but
It's still there.
it's still there. The desire is there. She just has to rein it in a little bit more. She has composure enough to do so.
I love it. It's good. So
Let-
good.
Let's hope. Let's hope that what Velda's thoughts were about Urian don't extend to Noel.
You know, it's Velda. I wouldn't put it past her.
And what
It's
thoughts
like
are
you
those?
remind me a lot of Urian, but taller and a little bit more well dressed and not
Prettier.
a bowl cut.
Prettier.
Prettier.
Prettier is the word.
Mm,
Yes, prettier. I could get down with that.
Oh, looks like they snuck it in. Bryan, you win the audience vote tonight.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Ooh.
Well, thank
Seems that Boat dumped a bunch of bits in it, so thank you,
Yep.
Boat, for the
Yep.
support for the channel.
Vote for the bits and Thantos for the 15,000.
Yep.
So out of 21 dice,
Mm.
15 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you've had a pretty good night.
And I'm including the rouse
Mm-hmm.
in that roll.
But yes, we don't have cameras on right now because Discord was being a big old derpy face. But I do want to give shout outs to my lovely cast members, as they are the ones who make this show possible. So why don't we go down the line here as far as in order of scenes? So Derek, why don't you give us an idea where we could find you and what you're coming up with next? Derek?
Allow me to try that again. Not to shill another game on your channel, but right now we are about to finish tomorrow at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time on Drawing on the Macabre, our week dedication towards Prince William by Night Season 2, which will be happening mid next month. We are currently doing all the illustrations for that particular broadcast, and if you want to get a sneak peek into what you might find, might be a good time to end up jumping in. I'm doing commissions Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So anybody who has character art or anything else that they want to get illustrated, by all means, jump on in. If you're a big fan of Vampire the Masquerade, I also run Detroit by Night every Sunday at 7:30 Central Standard Time, and I run a Vampire the Masquerade workshop every single Monday at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Show up at around 7:30. You'll end up getting there.
All right.
Fuck these dice.
Fuck those dice. They're awful. They're awful. Let's go down the line. Spectre Deflector, who now plays Jude.
I'm gonna have to skip for now because even though I'm working on things, I don't have anything up and ready just yet. I haven't done anything in a hot second. So,
You're not
Hmm?
doing your art stream on Friday nights?
Nope, haven't for a while. Off to Moxiepox and Lethality.
Well, still give them a follow because they're fantastic artists. Yeah, let's do the Gathering of Nerds.
Anyone in
Lethality.
particular?
Both of you, because I don't have a video
You
put
can go
up.
first.
Lethality and I are both on Gathering of Nerds. You can find us here on Twitch. We also have stuff up on YouTube. We were doing Brisbane by Night, but that one has come to an end. So currently I'm actually working on another game to put up. We also have a whole bunch of other streams that pop up during the week. So come check us out. Come take a look. We'd love to see you there.
Yes, such as the Gathering Presents, which will be a mage game, which is coming together. It's just taken me some time. But stay tuned for that. You guys won't want to miss a second of me torturing another group of victims. Players. Torturing? Who said
All-
anything about torturing?
All of the above? None of the above? We'll find out. But yes, thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to follow, if you haven't already, here at CoffeeCat Presents, because we do this show every single Wednesday, and we try to be on time. I was the one who was late. Yeah, so thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next week for more of this lovely coterie in the Alamo City. So, say goodnight, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Night, guys.
Somebody help me!
Try not to die.
Tell that to Bryan.